Hello, guys. This time I remembered to turn off the music. Last week I didn't, and then apparently the music was interrupting the show. Anyway, good evening, and my name is Andrew, and welcome to the third edition of Ask Me Anything on anything related to email marketing. How is everybody? Let me see. Do I see any comments or not? Anybody's coming in? If you're in, do send in your comments or say hi. At least I know I'm not talking to myself. Or technically speaking, I am. Hi, Bob. Enjoy your water. Yes. Well, interesting evening. Interesting evening. Okay. So we've got half an hour, and my purpose is to basically answer whatever questions you may have on email marketing. And I'll try to answer as much as I can, and if it's not, then I will take your questions and I will then answer them the following week. So without further ado, let's start let me see, how do I do this? Okay, there you go. Oh, apparently now you cannot capture the screen. What is this? Come on. Oh, this is crazy. Okay. Just give me a minute. Let me go and fix this. Okay. If I can't share this for whatever reason, let's try the other way around. Let's try this. This is so embarrassing. Week number 3 and still can't get it right. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Let's try this and see. Where's the lock? Where is the lock? Okay, just give me a minute. Let me see how to fix this. Okay, how about if I share this way? I can't share this. Okay. Anyway, if that's the case, then we go old school. All right. Let's go old school. Let's try this. Let's try this plug and see. You can't do this as well. That's crazy. My goodness, what is wrong with this today? Okay. Anyway, I can write, I can do, I can what? So let's read out the questions. Let's read out the questions. By the way, just a quick introduction. If you're new here, my name is Andrew, and I basically help businesses build deeper relationships with their prospects and also their customers through emails. And the idea of doing so is just that, it becomes makes selling a lot more effortless because you have built the know, like, and trust with your prospects and also your customers. And the good thing about emails is you are in control on the narrative or the story or the message that you want to send, and it is within a small group, right? So, for example, let's say if you do you make a post on social media, everybody who may or may not follow you will be able to basically see your message. And unfortunately, because of that, your message has to be general. Whereas in email marketing, it allows you to basically segment your audience. You basically deliver the message to a specific group of people, irrespective whether you have an email list of 50 users or 50 subscribers or maybe 50,000 subscribers. You can actually slice and dice your audience list and then send relevant messages to them. So that's the beauty of email marketing, and it's just another channel of communication that you can leverage for your business, and it's pretty effective. Okay, so the first question I have, now if you want to follow me on I have two newsletters. One is for the B2B and one is for the B2C segments. So if you want to follow me, just DM me because obviously I don't know why it doesn't seem to be able to share the screen, so I can't share you the barcode, and we just got to roll with whatever we have. So just DM me on Facebook in Jason's Trap Up Academy's Ads Transformation Facebook group, and also basically on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. And if you're watching from LinkedIn, just DM me on my LinkedIn profile. Okay, then I'll send you the link. And I have two newsletters. And Bob, what are your favorite newsletters nowadays? I am geeking out on newsletters copywriting. I'm finding, basically, I'm trying to get better at writing. And that's the reason why, in any of you have this fear about writing, the best way, the simplest way to start is to start an email list. And because the thing is this, with emails, you don't have to write like long 10,000 word blog articles, which is very, very tough, right? With email, maybe 300 to 400 words per email. Anything longer, people won't read unless you're a great, really, really good storyteller. Other than that, the shorter the better. And I do that, I write emails every day. The last week has been a bit crazy, so I've actually not written for 3 days. But generally speaking, I write emails every day, Monday to Friday, and it gives me a chance to basically practice. And if you want to learn good at writing, good at copywriting, for example, this is a good way to do this. I mean, at most, if your readers don't like what you write, they will just unsubscribe. No big deal. It doesn't hurt anybody. But as long as you're providing value and you're helping others to progress and sharing your whatever you have learned, like what I do, then you can actually start building 365 days, maybe less than that, maybe 200 plus days of writing. You'll get good at it. But now, Bob, yes, I don't have a list of names. Maybe I'll just put that in my LinkedIn post. That's a good idea for me to put on my LinkedIn post as well, to share some of these newsletters on copywriting or those that I follow. Darren, hi. Nice to see you. What newsletters I subscribe to? Wow, I got a lot, man. I've got a lot. I've recently subscribed to this. Let me see. This morning I just subscribed to one. Let me go and find that link. I've got a few. I just recently come across one which is it's called verygoodcopy.com. This morning I just stumbled across it, and another one that I subscribe, which I like, is from Henneke. She's also email copy. She's also a copywriter as well. HENNEKE. Yeah, these are my favorite ones. These are my recently favorite ones that I do, because that's but on email itself, there's one I follow, which is, what's his name? Goodness, I've got a lot, my friend. I've got a lot. Let me see. There's another one. What's the other one? Robert Allen. I'll put this in the link in a while. Neville, yes, I follow Neville Medora as well. But I just find that his the formatting of his email is kind of off, not to my taste, but his content is awesome. Ram Sethi, no. Ram Sethi, I don't follow his email. But for me, it's Rob Allen. There's another one. What is this name? He's an e-commerce guy. Just a minute, let me check. I have it here. What's his name? Just a minute. Let me check. You caught me there, my friend. You just caught me there. I wasn't thinking about this one. I got a lot. Okay, anyway. So generally these are the few, but for copywriting that I'm geeking out is basically Haneke and also this guy, very good copy. All right. So let's, any other questions? Anything else? If no, then let's go to the first question of the day. Is from Rashid, and he's asking basically, how is the best way to segment my email list? Now, there are a few ways of doing it to segment your email list. One, assuming, let's say, if you create lead magnets. So obviously, the purpose of creating lead magnets is to call out, potential prospects, that will want to basically raise their hand, who may be interested in, whatever you do, the service or products, but you don't want to sell them upfront because number one, they don't know you. Okay, so the idea is to basically start that conversation and to basically identify somebody. This is, for example, like, if a conference room of 3,000 people, and you say anybody who is interested in ABC, and some of them will raise hand, and those are the people you want to have deeper conversation with them to find out what's their needs, to find out the reason why they're interested in what the products or basically the problem that they want to be solved. So link magnets, once you created different link magnets to address, let's say, different parts of your service, and that is one way of segmenting already. So for example, let's say if you're a restaurant and you're vegan and also meat offerings, for example, right? And you happen to have some form of recipe on vegan and then one recipe for maybe some meat, dishes and all those things. People who sign up on either one of them are very clear, it's very clear defined. So that way, so when you want to send emails, for example, on, let's say, vegan products or vegan reviews and all those things, you don't send to the meat guys. You will send to people who are in the vegan group. All right. Now, obviously, there are the meat guys may like vegan, but they're not 100% vegan. Right. So what you do is by having this through your link magnets, you can actually segment them from there. The other way is, now this one requires a fair bit of planning. I can't draw because I don't know why somehow or other StreamYard doesn't allow me to share, and I don't want to waste your time to watch me try to solve a technical issue online. So the other way is to look at links, right? Most of your email service providers, for example, would have a feature that allows you to track links. Let's say if I have some YouTube videos and have created related maybe 5 or 6 YouTube videos on a particular subject. And just like your link magnet, these videos are created for a specific purpose to address an issue. So for example, if I want to promote, let's say, my email services, I may create 4 or 5 issues touching on specific pain points on emails. And what I do is I will send it to my list. All right. Now, some of them, if they find the topic interesting, they will click on the YouTube link. And from there, I can actually track, let's say, out of 100 people, maybe 10 of them actually clicked on that link to watch your YouTube. Now, that's a very surface level interest, okay, to be fair, right? But at least it gives you an indication that if they click one, it's quite surface. But what if they click you, let's say you have 5 YouTube videos, and what if they click 5, right? Now, these people have already clearly indicated that they have a deeper interest in, let's say, an email service or email products or whatever it is. And then you can then segment them. The people who click more than 5 times, or the people who click all the 5 links, these are the people that you want to then address and write emails separately to address them, and not everybody, right? So that's why the common misconception is just because I send email and blast to everybody, that means I do email marketing, okay? That is not email marketing. That is basically just broadcast. But when you use the true power of your ESP to identify who actually clicked what link, and you be very tactical and strategic about putting up this content, you then be able to then narrow and separate them according to their interests. And that's where you write specific, for example, let's say now you have a class on email marketing, for example. If I have that, and I will just basically address these people and not, I may have a list of 10,000 people. By end of the day, maybe 20 people who are interested or click on the YouTube link. I would address these 20 people. That way, my message becomes highly relevant to them and not to the rest because they have not indicated they're interested. So that, and also because of that, they won't feel that you're spamming them, by sending emails that is not related. Okay. And that's the reason why I have my B2B and B2C newsletters, primarily because the way you do emails for B2B is slightly different from B2C. So if I write in general, if I write five times a week, then you're going to receive maybe 2 or 3 emails that you find relevant. The rest is not, right? So by breaking down that into 2 categories or 2 industries, I will be able to address, specific concerns and specific ideas that I may have. Okay. So Rashid, this is the other way. One is through link magnet segmentation. Another one is through links. Another one that I like is basically based on recency, which is based on engagement. In your email, if you write, that's the beauty of if you write, frequently, like 3 or 4 times a week, it allows you to quickly identify people who actually open or click your emails and how frequent they are. So what I do is I will segment them based on, let's say, 14 days, 30 days, and 45 days, right? Now, what does it mean? If somebody does not click or open my email in the last 45 days, then very likely that they either, one, my content is not relevant to them, or 2, they basically, just because they download some lead magnets, they may not be interested in what I have to say. Or number 3, I may have a deliverability issue. That means my emails actually not reaching them. Okay. So these are the 3 things. But in most cases, assuming you fix your deliverability issue, that means most of the time you send an email out, 90, 95%, 99% of people will receive it, either it's inbox or the promotion tab. Then if they do not open an email, they may not be interested in what you have. Okay. So what you do is the 45 days or maybe 60 days or even 90 days, you may just want to, unsubscribe them. Or you can send an email, a 9-word email, Dean Jackson kind of tactic, and says, hey, are you still interested in my emails? Okay. So that way you can basically, and if they don't respond, you can send maybe 2 or 3 emails to them. And if they don't respond, then you unsubscribe them. The reason why you need to clean this is because if you keep sending to, let's say, 100 people, okay, that's 100 people on your list, and 45 of them do not engage with your email, do not open, do not even click. What you do is your sender reputation will tank because these people, and they don't unsubscribe. And either they don't know how to unsubscribe, or they feel bad about unsubscribing because they didn't want to offend you. But the problem is your Gmails, your Yahoo Mails is going to take that as a signal that your email may not be relevant to their users. Okay, so it is important for you to basically clean your list regularly. And I normally do this. Mine is 45 days. If 45 days you don't open and basically click on my email, I will basically remove you. Right? So that's how it's been done. Bob, what are your routines to clean your inactive subscribers? Okay, I just explained that. So what I do is I can either do, I segment my list, and through MailerLite, I can actually do that. Have not opened for the last 45 days. Have not opened for the last 15 days, right? Or whatever it is. And then obviously, MailerLite or all your ESPs will have that. And you have this list. You can make a decision to send an email to remind them, to ask them whether they're still interested. Or if you're too lazy like me, I will just unsubscribe them. Okay, this is how, oh yeah, I should do this. Wait, Bob, this is cool. I should do something like this. There you go. I forgot. Yes. So yeah, I agree with you. We'll just unsubscribe them. It's no big deal. All right. If they want, and because don't forget, you also have a presence on social media. And the reason sometimes they may not, open your emails because it's not relevant to them at that point in time. But assuming, let's say, while you do your social media posts, and one or two posts may trigger their interest, and they may just follow you back, then that's fine. But more importantly is this: if you continuously keep your list clean and only talk to people who engage with you. So, for example, if I've got 15 people who have opened and clicked my emails for the last 15 days, and assuming I've got a big announcement, you know what I will do? I will send the first blast of the emails. Okay, let's say assuming I don't do any other segmentation, I just do segmentation based on engagement. I will send my first set of emails to these people who are open for the last 15 days. Then maybe in the afternoon, I will send another second batch of emails to people within 30 days and all those things. So I'm going to break it up. Okay. Do you get sad when somebody subscribe? No issue. I've got a lot of friends who are heavily supportive of me, and I know they unsubscribe, which is fine because end of the day, is whatever I write may not be suitable for them. That's fine. Just because people are subscribed doesn't mean they unfriend you. And actually, I encourage people to unsubscribe if my content is not relevant. The other side is the economic side of it is this. It costs money to keep your subscribers on, right? So if you have, let's say, 1,500, 2,000, the monthly rate that you pay is different, okay? But it's a small thing because it's like about 10, 12 US dollars a month. So it's not a big deal. But if you have like maybe 100, 200,000, yeah, it may come out, it may cost quite a bit. Don't waste my quota. Yes. Absolutely. Eloise, yes, don't waste your quota. So, but that aside, more importantly is once you are be very, what you call that? Very precise on managing your list, you guaranteed your sender reputation will go up and your inboxing rate will definitely go up. Okay. Besides, aside from the technical side, the authentication and all those things, and plus, people have told you that I don't like to read your emails and you like what you write. Don't send to them. Don't bother them. Don't become a nuisance. Right? No lah, love me or hate me. Well, I can still reach you on social media and you can still watch my content from there. So that's the thing. You see, email is not an be all and end all. It is only one channel of communication. You still have your social media, right? Just because I do email doesn't mean I will tell you that social media sucks. Each one has a role to play. But with email, I would want to talk to people who are interested and they will stay on with me on the content or whatever I have to say. In social media, I will use it to get new people who may find my content interesting and then follow me by subscribing to my email list. And from then on, once I get to know them better through my email list, I may be able to offer solutions to basically help solve their problem. Talking of which, if you are on my list, you probably have heard of, basically you read my email, I think was Tuesday, was it Monday or Tuesday that I sent out? I'm adapting something to a new, so-called a new list, which is basically called an email subject line a day, okay? The plan is to write or to share with you one email subject line a day for the next 365 days, okay? Now, this is slightly different from my B2B and B2C because B2B, B2C is going to be Monday to Friday, whereas this one is going to be every day from Monday to Sunday, and it is going to be an automated sequence. That means I don't, technically speaking, all I have is once I build up all the 365 so-called email subject lines, and I will just run it. And any one of you who are interested, if you're on my list, and I'll make an announcement soon by probably end of this week, early next week. And all you need to do is you just click a button and you'll automatically be opted in to join that list. And you will receive email subject line with description, and I will explain to you basically, why or how you can use this email subject line. Now, what's the why behind this? The reason I do this is because by using, there are two ways of coming. A lot of people have hesitated when it comes to email marketing. It's because I don't know what to write, all right? And I don't know what to say. So the way I think of doing, so-called addressing this issue is, you can start off with maybe an idea or prompt through a subject line prompt. Okay, and then sometimes it may just trigger some idea. Oh yeah, I may thought about it, and then I may just use that subject line as a so-called trigger that allows me to create some ideas that I might have, and and I can use this to write. Okay, so subject line is one way of doing it. Another way, a slightly more advanced way, is to basically an idea prompt, right? For example, if you want to use an idea prompt, is okay, today, what are the things that stand out in your day, right? So once you have that, those are the key points, or so-called the triggers that you can keep. And what it does is, the idea is to connect the dots, right? So something happened, may not be related to what you sell, may not be directly related or so obviously related to what you have to offer, but something triggered, and you're going to use this, and then you're going to look at what are the components, or what are the learning lessons that you can learn from there, and see whether the learning lessons or the can be linked to your offers. Sometimes it does, sometimes it won't. But the idea is, you now develop so-called a skill set where you are more observant of the things around you, and then basically, this is my SPO, which is the story, point, and offer. Right? You come up with a story, and then you basically write the point of what are the things you've learned, or what are the things you didn't learn about this particular incident, and then you can then link to an offer. All right. So that's the other way of doing it. So I'm going to try this one first, and I'm going to make an announcement. I'm going to give you a link. I've not done a landing page. I've not done stuff. I'm still halfway through compiling. I think I've done to about 150 subject lines, covering both B2B, B2C, and also info products, for example. All right. And basically, the idea, the thing is, hopefully, it will then trigger and give you some ideas on how you can basically write your emails. All right. So with that, okay, what else? Let's do one more. We've got 3 more minutes. Result is going to come and tell me that I've exceeded. All right. To follow up on basically Bob's question about how do you clean up inactive email subscribers, there's another thing that you need to also look at. This one you do maybe 6 months, every 6 months, is to basically validate the entire email list. Okay. Unfortunately, I've got a slides, but I can't share. So I'm trying to figure out how I can do this. Okay, let me try this again and see. Can I do this? If I can, let's try and see whether I can do this or not. No, I can't. Crap. Yeah, it's not so fun. Anyway, so there are a few so-called there are a few vendors out there, if you can call, for example, like my email verifier, mailbox validator, for example, never bounce, or email list verify. Okay, these are the service providers. The purpose is this. Let's say you have a list of 1,000 email subscribers on your list, and over 6 months, some people may have moved on, some people may have changed their email address, and then some people, when they sign up for your, let's say, link magnets, may inadvertently key in a wrong email address. Obviously, on the other hand, there are certain people who just basically give you some random email address which practically don't work. Okay, for the fun of it, I don't know why, but the world is crazy. That's how it is. So what you do is you take this whole list, run through the keyword that I call it is email list verification tools. Okay, and what they do is they charge about 0.002 cents USD. It's quite cheap. And what they do is they then run through this list and verify your list. And normally it comes out with a few things. One is email addresses that are deliverable. That means they somehow or other have a way to basically check, either through pings or whatever it is, that these emails are actually active and in use. There are certain emails that are unknown, which means there's no ping, there's a very high bounce rate, for example. There are emails that could be set up as spam traps. right? ISPs do have create all these spam traps. The reason why they do this is they will so-called seed some of, I always, a lot of email marketers will encourage you never to buy your email list, right? There are a lot of people making offers and say, hey, I've got 10,000 lists of top B2B CEOs and whatever it is, and then you pay me $1,000, 1,000 ringgit, and then you get this email list of these 10,000 people. Never buy this list, because some of the ISPs actually seed this list with so-called spam traps. So the moment you start sending emails to these people, and obviously this email with this spam trap, they would then trigger, and they would even mark your domain, or blacklist your domain because of that. So spam trap is something that you can look out. Normally, if you get your list organically, you obtain your list organically through your lead magnets and all those things, then you don't have an issue. Okay. The only issue is maybe somebody typed the email wrongly. For example, at gmail.com becomes GMA without the I, .com, il.com, for example. So those are the things that may occur. But when you do your validation list, on average, I've seen those that I've worked with, the clients that I work with, the bigger the list, on average, about 20 to maybe 25% of their list contains emails that you can't really use, right? You can't set. So it'd be nice, it'd be good if you can do this every 6 months, once a while, to just clean up the list, all right? So now, aside from your activity or recency, you have now a clean list. When these two combine, then you have a very healthy and hygienic, I don't know if it's the right word, but hygienic email list that you can work on, okay? Eloise, yes, talking about open rate via a link, i.e. YouTube link, are all ESPs able to let you drill down to this condition? Most of the ESPs I know, yes, because they just track the URL of whatever link that you have. Like MailerLite, I know it does. For example, if I want to send a YouTube link, so all I need to do is I can then set up a condition to track this particular link. Yes, they do. Okay, and I suspect most of the ESPs will actually do that. Okay, all right. So, any other questions? I'm sorry about today. My share screen, I've got my iPad all set up. I've got my slides all set up, but somehow or other, something wrong with the Chrome browser. I don't know why. If I shut down the Chrome browser, I'm going to shut down this stream. So I can't do, technically speaking, I can't do shit. So bear with me. Next week, lesson learned, I will test this before I go live to make sure this one, doesn't happen again. All right. If you don't have any questions, so anyway, join me or DM me on. Yes, you need to study your ESPs again. You need to study your ESP. We can talk. We can talk later, Eloise. Okay. So join me on my newsletters if you want. I am, if my plan goes right, if I've managed to squeeze in enough time, I will start the 365 days. Well, the title is called One Email or Email Subject Line for the Day. For 365 days, you'll get it for free. I will send you one email with one subject line, and I will explain how you can use this subject line, and hopefully it will help trigger you or give you some ideas for your next email. Okay, so if you don't have my email list, if you don't, you can just DM me on whatever platform, either on Facebook, on YouTube. Just DM me the word list. I will reach out to you with the link when it's ready, and you can basically, hopefully you gain some benefit from it. Okay, so with that, we are 4 minutes past, and thank you so much. I will come back to you. I will see you again next week, same time, Wednesday, 8 p.m. And and to answer your questions. So if you have any other questions that you have, let me put up a link. Okay, maybe I try this because I didn't prepare for this. I have all the barcodes set up, and I don't have this set up. It's so embarrassing. Anyway, we will roll with whatever we have. Let's see. give you the link. If you have a form, I'll give you a link to a form which you can submit your questions. I've got one from Akansha. I will come back to you for the next round. Okay, time's up. And next round, I will put your questions on the first list, and I will address your questions about email to follow up and durations of it. All right. So for you, if you're interested, let me copy this link. I'm going to put it on Facebook. Is it? Can I put it on Facebook? Okay. Here's the link for you to sign up on Facebook. Let me see. Where's my LinkedIn? Okay. Okay, I don't have. Okay. Here's a link for you to sign up on LinkedIn, and I don't have access to YouTube. So, anyways, on any questions, simple form. It's a simple Google form. Email, and then the questions, I'll compile them, and then I will see you next week on Wednesday, same time, and I'll answer your questions on everything email marketing. And with that, thank you so much, guys. And I apologize again for the technical error. Shit happens, but we roll with it. Okay? Have a good evening. And by the way, if you can, do join our 3 Marketing Show, which is going live at 10. We've got an awesome guest. We've got Dr. James Fu. He is an awesome entrepreneur, and we're going to talk about, get him to share his ideas about business, entrepreneurship, and also life. So if you're in business, either you're a solopreneur or you are, a big-time boss, do join, because his insights is going to blow your mind. All right. With that, thank you so much. This is Andrew Wong signing off, and I'll see you next Wednesday for the next AMA. Cheers and good night.